أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، وبه نستعين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد، واللعن الدائم على أعدائهم أجمعين. اللهم نور قلوبنا واشرح صدورنا وافتح علينا خزائن العلم والرحمة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. آمين رب العالمين. Today we are going to talk about the mukallaf. A mukallaf is a term used for a person that have reached the age of being held accountable for his deeds in the Sharia. It has signs for males and signs for females, in which when a person reaches that stage of his or her age, they are called a mukallaf, that they will be held accountable and held responsible for their deeds. A person that is sane, that is normal, he has normal brain function, will be held accountable in the Sharia, and he will be responsible for doing his salat, prayers, his psalm, fasting, and his hajj, and other things, other numerous things in the Sharia. So a person, if he's not a marja taqleed, a marja taqleed is a person that is highly specialized in the Sharia, in which he can look at the evidence from the Quran and from the Sunnah and give a fatwa, a judgment, in which other people will follow his footsteps, which we call taqleed, or let's call it imitation or copycat his knowledge. Because not everybody can become a marja. Only a tiny specific percentage of people are capable and qualified to be a marja taqleed. So if a person is not a marja, it's either he's a muqallid, which means a follower of a marja. He follows the marja in his fatwa, so he can understand his duty in the Sharia. Or he can use percussion. When he encounters a problem, he would go with the best side that will guarantee for him that he will not be held accountable in the hereafter. Let's say a marja says something is halal and the marja says something is haram. So to have percussion on the manner, he would follow the marja that says it is haram, not it is halal. Or he can go back and become a muqallid and follow the most knowledgeable living marja. It's also very important to stress that you cannot make a taqleed on a dead marja. This is against percussion. This is against ihtiyat. Even if the dead marja in his fatwa says that you can follow me after my death. So you always have to follow a living, most knowledgeable marja, so you can guarantee that the fatwa that you're following, his judgment that you're acting on its behalf, is making you do your best in the sense of following what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala requested from us in the Sharia. It is also important to point out everything that we do in our life falls in one of 5 things. A mustahab is something that is we better do, but if we didn't do, we will not be held accountable. And the makruh is something that we better leave, and if we didn't leave, we will not be held accountable. And the haram is something that we have to not to do, and if we did it, we will be held accountable, and the wajib is something that we have to do, and if we didn't do it, we will be held accountable. Or it's a mubah, and a mubah is something that is not a wajib, nor a haram, nor a makruh, nor a mustahab. So every act, every aspect of our lives fall into one of these 5 categories. And the one that is qualified to understand these things and give a ruling on these things and have a judgment based on the Sharia laws, the true Sharia laws, is the marja al-taqleed. And we, because we have not reached or we cannot reach that status, the status of being a marja, we follow the marja al-taqleed in his fatwa. Inshallah, we will continue our lessons at a later time. I hope you will be in good health in deen and dunya and akhirah. هذا والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.